year when there is so much joy, but there is also so much grief, so much stress, and a heavy mental load for so many people to carry. But there is help out there. So that's what we're going to talk about, especially when it comes to suicide prevention here in today's KSAT Q&A. We are joined now by Christina Meyer. She is the senior clinical trainer at the Center for Healthcare Services. Christina, thanks for your time here this evening. We appreciate it. First, I want to talk about what you all see during this time of year. There is a long to-do list for people. There is, a time of family gatherings, but there's also a time where, it's a time when people are reminded that, family may not be in their lives. Grief is something that comes up this time of year as well. So what do you all see in people who may be struggling?
Yeah, definitely. First, I want to say thank you for having me on. I'm happy to be here. Certainly during the holidays, we see a lot of different mental health conditions coming up, or people who already have mental health conditions. They're in a vulnerable spot during the holidays. We see a lot of depression, anxiety, loneliness, grief. There's a lot of stressors that come with the holidays, right? Sometimes you've got a busy schedule. Sometimes it's family dynamics, friend dynamics. And for others, there's loneliness because they don't have family around or they don't have friends to support them. And then, of course, if there's a recent loss, that can certainly play into somebody's challenges during the holidays, especially those first, holidays and anniversaries after somebody has passed away.
How important is intervention, whether it's calling, 988, which is the National Suicide Prevention Hotline? I've got a number here now for the Centers for Healthcare Services 24/7 crisis line. It's 210-223-7233 or chcsbc.org. How important is intervention, or just calling a friend that you think may be lonely?
It's much more important than I think people realize. Just that human connection is so impactful and so powerful. I've had clients tell me that nobody ever asked them truly how they were doing, right? And just that question, not just the, hey, how are you, but how are you truly doing, can make a huge difference. And then as a person supporting somebody with mental health challenges, being armed with the resources, right? So the phone numbers for the national crisis line or the local mental health crisis line, which here in Bexar County is the Center for Healthcare Services. So making sure you have that information, but really honestly being present and truly caring about how somebody's feeling makes the biggest difference.
Could be a lifesaver.
Yes.
If somebody feels like they need help, that can be a scary step to take. So if somebody were to call the Center for Healthcare Services, what sort of help is available through your organization?
Yes, we have all kinds of services in our organization. We have adult behavioral health, in which we provide case management and we provide counseling to people struggling with mental health challenges. We have a children's mental health clinic as well. We have early childhood intervention, substance use, developmental disabilities. So we have a wide range of services, as well as services in the justice program. So if somebody calls CHCS, they'll be connected with the service that fits their needs the best and people who are really well trained in how to handle these challenges.
And if somebody does call, is there any commitment that they are enrolled in some sort of program or that they have to follow through with something? What does one call sign someone up for?
Sure. So every program, I should say almost every program we have is voluntary. We do have some court-ordered programs, but as far as behavioral health, getting a counselor, those kinds of things are voluntary. So if somebody wants to call, even just to ask about services, they're not committed to anything. Even if they go through enrollment, of course, we would like them to stay so we can help them. If the more they participate, the more successful the treatment is, but it's all voluntary for them. So they aren't required to commit to anything.
Talking with Christina Meyer with the Center for Healthcare Services, senior clinical trainer. We got some statistics that you sent over, and I really appreciate that. This is the demographics at higher risk for suicidal behaviors: working age men, military service members and veterans, American Indians and Alaska Natives, sexual and gender minority populations, older adults, individuals in child welfare and justice settings. Obviously, we're Military City, USA. There are a lot of service members and veterans who call San Antonio and South Texas home. Why are they particularly susceptible, I guess, to suicidal behaviors and thoughts?
Sure. Well, the things that people experience in the military are things that we can't even imagine as civilians, right? They're very traumatic events that they're experiencing, especially those that are out in combat, right? They might be experiencing deaths of their friends, their other service members, or deaths of civilians in the areas that they are serving in. So that puts them at much higher risk for suicidal thoughts or attempting suicide because it's hard to carry that emotional burden, right? So all of those things that they're experiencing play a huge role in mental health, which I'm happy that the VA is also putting a lot of emphasis on mental health for veterans as well.
Before we let you go, I do want to ask about a financial commitment here, because financial stress is also a big mental health challenge, especially this time of year. So if somebody needs help from the Center for Healthcare Services, what does the payment, the cost look like?
We serve everybody and anybody regardless of their ability to pay. So, of course, there are insurances that cover mental health services, but if somebody is unable to pay or they're uninsured, we're going to serve them regardless of their income, regardless of their financial challenges.
A lot of people think asking for help is a sign of weakness. I think it's just the opposite. It's a sign of strength. And the Center for Healthcare Services in our community to help. Christina Meyer, always thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much. I was happy to be here.
We'll be right back. Right now, foster kids in San Antonio are in need of your help. KSAT community partners have teamed up with the Children's Shelter for a phone bank today, looking to find families interested in helping them out, either through foster care or through sponsoring. Steve is in our Studio B, where those call takers are standing by. Steve.
Myra, this is a unique phone bank. I mean, we do them where we hope to get donations and we hope the phone rings. We are certainly hoping that today, but we also have a chance that maybe, just maybe, we can put a loving child with a loving family. I'm joined by Patrick Ortiz, the program director from the Children's Shelter. Patrick, I know you've been getting a lot of calls. 210-351-1363, the number. There's no obligation to call if you are curious about being a foster family or making a donation. Please call that number before 7 o'clock. What kind of calls have you been getting today, Pat?
We've been getting a lot of calls on donations of money,
Great.
But also inquiring on what are the next steps to become a foster parent. And so those are great questions. Keep them coming. Keep those calls coming. It usually takes about 60 to 90 days is the process after all the training, their verification is done. And then we go ahead and just make sure we match the perfect family with you, with a child with you. And so we want to make sure that you are well, the child is well, and it's a good connection. So that's mainly what we want to focus on. And so,
how many kids are looking for loving families right now?
Oh, right now, according to statistics, there's over 4,500 kids in needing placement. And so we are needing homes. We are needing homes that want to take in their kids, want to take in these kids that are actually needing a nurturing home. And so please open your hearts, open your homes, and we kids will love to, be there.
Absolutely. Thank you, Patrick. Money is needed, but so is help. So is maybe a family. 210-351-1363.
Let's take a look outside with live cam. We've been in that pattern all week. Sunny days, chilly evenings. How long is that going to last, Adam?
Actually, not that much longer. And then it'll come back. Some back and forth in the weather, but more importantly, 'tis the season for giving. Homemade thermometer ornaments. Maria Guzman of San Antonio. Today's winner, you can go to ksat.com/thermometer to enter the drawing and put your name in for one of the beautiful thermometer ornaments to greet your Christmas tree or wherever you want to put it inside during the holidays. We'll talk more about the changes headed our way and more pics of this beautiful sunset in just a bit.
Today was the first day of a murder trial for a man accused of killing a 4-year-old boy in a drive-by. Quentin Phillips is accused of killing 4-year-old De'Urvion Whitley in that drive-by shooting caused by gang violence dating back to 2017.
There's a chance your power bill may go up in tomorrow's CPS energy vote. At least that's when the vote is. It'll go up by more than 4%. Will start in February of next year if the vote passes City Council tomorrow.
Keeping tabs on that tomorrow. Also the weather and these changes we got coming our way, Adam.
Yeah, changes, and the pictures just keep coming in on KSAT Connect. It's just fantastic. So I'm multitasking here. We're chatting, and I'm uploading some of the latest photos. Boom, that just came in. You know, I love a beautiful sunset. But let's talk about our weather headlines. Turning humid briefly for a few days. That'll lead to some patchy fog the next few mornings, tomorrow morning and Friday morning. And then a windy cold front comes on Saturday. That's the main thing you'll notice from the cold front on Saturday is the wind. Take a look at our wind forecast. And again, this is all the way into this weekend on Saturday. Winds gusting up to and I think in excess of 30 miles per hour, especially later in the day and on into the evening hours. So Saturday night, Saturday afternoon, Saturday night, not a good idea to have your inflatables inflated out in the yard for the decorations. I want to talk about what that's going to do to Mountain Cedar because the wind's going to be coming out of the north and northwest. That's what we call the cedar breeze this time of year. High concentration of mountain cedar trees, ash juniper in the hill country. So when we get that wind out of the hill country, that usually boosts the cedar count. Today, it wasn't even in the pollen count. Saturday and especially Sunday, it's likely to climb. Be back in the pollen count. Wouldn't surprise me if by Sunday and Monday, after that wind for a few days, that it's in the high category. Just something to prepare for as that typically happens this time of year. You know, it happens when we have the high, thin cirrus clouds overhead. Oh, yeah, even some contrails. You see that right there? The high-flying aircraft in the very cold temperatures around 30,000 feet. The exhaust is hundreds of degrees. Just like on a cold day when you exhale, you can see your breath. Well, that's basically seeing the breath of the airplane exhaust up at 30,000 plus feet. Loving the gorgeous sunsets. Who isn't? I'm going to get out of the way so you can really enjoy these. They just keep coming in. Even a sundog or two appeared. The little rainbow, mini rainbow on the right and left side of the sun. That's refraction from the ice crystals that compose those cirrus clouds. And the cirrus clouds coming in from the southwest, you see the faint gray color here. That's the cirrus clouds high in the sky. They're thin, but boy, are they beautiful. At the ground, at the surface, high pressure is now over Arkansas. And with the clockwise rotation around it, our wind here at the ground is starting to come off the Gulf of Mexico. And as that high moves east, it's only going to become more pronounced tomorrow and into Friday. And when we get that wind off the Gulf of Mexico, it increases our humidity. So that'll give us some patchy fog tomorrow morning. And I think especially Friday morning, and also just some stubborn low clouds the first part of the day. Notice our futurecast for the dew point. By Friday morning, we're starting to feel the humidity, the dew points into the 60s. Friday, midday and afternoon, that's going to last through the first part of Saturday until our next cold front arrives. So feeling the humidity and feeling the mugginess Friday and Saturday morning, sticky outside, and then it gets swept away. But when we see that higher humidity, it's a direct correlation to warmer mornings. So not even a chill in the air, not feeling very fall-like. Friday morning at the bus stop at 60. Saturday morning, we're at 65. Then everything changes with the cold front. We're talking 39 Sunday morning and 35 by Monday morning. Tomorrow we start the day in the 40s. By the afternoon, we're up to 70 degrees for the high temperature. So another day where it's a bit cool in the morning, but a comfortable afternoon. And the afternoon temperatures fall a little bit behind the front, but only to 62 on Sunday.
Thank you, Adam.
We'll be right back.
AT&T and Human IT partnered up with Restore Education San Antonio to do this. They gave away almost 100 refurbished laptops to students who need them. Their idea was to bridge the gap of the digital divide, where lower income families and people don't have easy access to technology and to the internet. They're hoping this initiative helps adult students earn their education and higher learning to achieve their goals, since a lack of technology is just one hurdle that some of these students face.
I'm hoping that with what AT&T is doing today, that it helps other organizations do the same thing to help the community, so that that isn't an issue anymore, because it's much more than just the digital divide. There's so many other things that our students come across in terms of barriers.
Finances, childcare, imagine all the different challenges being an adult student brings, right? AT&T is planning to continue helping out students across the state, especially now that Prop 8 passed in Texas in November, which promises to bring technology to rural communities.
To the buzz, and let's take a look at a neighboring galaxy. Astronomers say a high-powered telescope has spotted an intergalactic first. This is system HH177, a swirling cloudy disk around a massive young star.
It is the first discovery of its kind outside of our own galaxy, where experts say similar rotating disk events have been known to form stars and even new planets.
A galaxy far, far away.
Right.
Now to a chainsaw artist. He's turning dead trees into art in one Garland, Texas neighborhood. Chainsaw artist Kevin Roach has partnered with the city of Garland to help residents go out on a new limb.
I feel like this is something a guy we know might be interested in,
Yeah.
Adam Caskey.
Yeah.
He turns dead trees and stumps into works of art in people's yards, reflecting the homeowner's life story or something that's meaningful to them. If you're ever in Garland, you can see them driving around town, which has left Roach's neighbors rooting for more.
It's pretty cool.
It is pretty cool.
Great idea. All right, well, Taylor Swift's banner year continues. The pop superstar named Time's 2023 Person of the Year.
The magazine said this year the 33-year-old achieved a nuclear fusion, shooting art and commerce together to release an energy of historic force.
Yeah, don't forget sports. Yeah, throw that in there too. Her Eras tour grossed $2.2 billion in North American ticket sales alone. It was StubHub's biggest tour in the website's history.
Nobody's surprised here,
No.
right?
No.
We'll be right back. That does it for us here on the News at 6. That is all our time. Glad you joined us. Thanks for watching.
We'll see you tonight on the Night Beat at 10.